Hey.
Congratulations. I am not kidding. I came in one day and said to everybody, I didn't, before I even knew you were on, I said, you've got to see this show. It's amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Were you aware when you were putting it together of just how crazy this thing is?
It's pretty wild. Yeah, no, I mean, I read the first 2 scripts.
Right.
You know, and
that's your mistake. Never do that as an actor.
Yeah. Well, if you go off the name alone, it doesn't reveal much. You know?
I know. I thought it was about dancing or something. You know,
really, you can't tell.
Right.
But it was so compelling and so unusual and unique, and yeah, I was hooked immediately.
The name Peaky Blinders is the name of the gang, right? And they were a real gang in Birmingham. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. And I mean, the name. Kind of the clue is in the title, I guess, but they had these, you know, the peaked caps, which is like the uniform of the working class in Britain and Ireland, and so but they used to sew razor blades into the peak of the cap, and that
so that they could take your because they used to do that in Glasgow in the razor gangs. They would sew them into the lapel, so when you grabbed somebody, you'd lose your fingers. It's
not pleasant.
No, it's not, and that's why I moved into comedy. But what's interesting to me is you're Irish, clearly, and you play someone from Birmingham who's interacting with a lot of Irish people.
Yes.
Do you ever sit with an actor and think, that's not very good, that accent you're doing?
Well, the thing about this was that everybody was doing different accents.
Right.
Like, I was doing Birmingham. The Irish characters were like, you know, the Annabelle Wallace who plays Irish, she's raised in Portugal. Sam Neill, he's a Kiwi, he's playing Belfast.
Sam Neill's accent is great in this, isn't it? Yeah, he sounds a bit like Ian Paisley. Is that what he did? Is that the accent he was looking at?
I think he was going for a bit of that.
And Winston Churchill is a character, not a sympathetic character in the show.
Not really, no. No, he did some bad stuff as well as some great stuff.
Right, yeah. I mean, it was the thing about Churchill is people forget, because they used to say in Britain, I don't know if he's the right man, but he was the right man for the job then.
Exactly.
Which they also used to say about Stalin. You know, it's like... It's like to stop Hitler, you needed a kind of neutron bomb like that. But it was... it's an astonishing... Because my grandfather hated Winston Churchill.
Right.
And you never got that because he put machine guns out in George Square in Glasgow when they thought there was going to be a revolution before the First World War, and then during and after. Yeah,
he wasn't a very popular man in Ireland back then.
Oh no, I suppose not.
But I think in like my character, what my character sees in him in the show is that he did go to the trenches, and he did.
He was. That's true.
You know,
he was the real deal.
Yeah. So you got to hand that to him. But yeah, it's fascinating to have somebody like that as a main or a featured character in a show like that. You know, a major historical figure.
Now, the character that you play was he a real guy? Did he really exist?
There was a Shelby family. In fact, the writer Steve Knight is from Birmingham, so and he, you know, all these stories were passed down to him through his parents. I think his mother was like a runner for an illegal bookmaking gang.
Good Lord.
So he had them as a child, and these memories, and he wanted to tell this story. And so this family did exist, and he always used to remember them as being incredibly dapper, despite not having much money, and you know, and very fierce. And then he just, I suppose, expanded that and created...
and goes into his own roman à clef, if you like. What about the horse riding? You do some... Is that you riding that horse?
That is...
It's not, is it?
No. It is. It's a real horse. You
see that? Yeah. They do it right.
Yeah. He's a real horse, and he was... I had to do bareback.
I saw it in the very first scene of the first episode when you ride it, because my wife is big on horses. And she's watching and she's going, oh, he's good. He can actually do it. And well, it's like, oh, so we get to watch it then?
Well, it's that classic actor thing of, you know, do you fence? Do you ride horses? Do you drive a car? Yes, of course I do. But you don't, you know, I can't do any of those things.
Can you drive a car?
I have recently learned how to drive a car.
Is that true?
Yeah.
But it's because you live in London?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I lived in London. There's no need to have a car in London. It's a waste of time. It's just a way to get parking tickets.
It kind of is, yeah.
The accent, the Birmingham accent, is actually very hard. Yeah. It's one of those ones that people, if they get it slightly wrong, they go into Pakistani.
Yeah. Or South African.
Or South African is like, hello, I'm from Birmingham. you doing?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
It is.
And it's to sort of make it sound cool as well. Or not cool, but, you know, if you're a gangster, it's important to have some element of...
Yes, not that we're for a moment suggesting that a life of crime is cool.
No.
Although we don't make movies about people who just live normal, happy lives.
This is it.
Do you ever read a script and go, nah, this guy's too much of a bastard, I can't do it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think, and it's great fun playing like a down-the-line bad guy, but what's much more interesting is someone that's like a mixture of...
Moral ambiguity.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
and it seems to be that, like, that seems to be the way telly is moving. It's all about, like, you know, the sort of the anti-hero and...
So, do you have a pet?
I have a cat, yes.
Oh, really? A cat, you said?
Yes, I do.
Get a cat.
He's a ginger cat.
You have no idea what kind of cat he is, do you? So you have a cat, and you live in London, and you have children?
I do.
How many?
I have 2 boys.
Well, that's enough.
Yeah, it is.
I have 2 boys, too.
Do you? How old?
13 and 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Scottish people ejaculate once every 10 years. It's like, you know these big orchids in the jungle that once every 10 years just like that? And whoever's around gets pregnant. And
that's...
I thought it was the same with the Irish.
It can be, I think. Yeah, I got lucky, I guess. Yeah.
What age are your kids?
They're 9 and 7, so...
So you got right back to work.
Yeah.
I shall look forward to it. I really am taken with it. I think it's the most exciting piece of television I've seen in years.
Oh, you're very good.
And you are spectacular in it.
Thank you.
Anybody who knows anything about this show knows I don't do this with actors. But you are really good.
Well, I appreciate
it. It was awesome. Cillian Murphy, everybody. We'll be right back.